reasons why the Antichrist will be an American president, but before we do that, I want to recap and talk a little bit about the 142-year time period that we're in. We're at the end of it. We're in the last 20 years of it, and I just want to do that right now. Of course, I said that the riders of the riders of the apocalypse, the four horsemen, the white horse, the black horse, the red horse, and the green horse. It's called pale, but it's actually green if you go to the Greek. I said they have ridden. They rode in the early 20th century, late 19th century, early 20th century. The first one was the Zionist Congress that was formed in Zionism, that was birthed. And that was birthed by Theodore Herzl, who was the rider in the white horse, I believe. That was 1897. The second horse was communism or socialism. If you Google the color of red, it's the color of socialism, and that occurred in 1917 in the Bolshevik Revolution. The third horse is capitalism / failed capitalism. That was during Black Tuesday and the stock market crash of 1929. The fourth horse, the green horse, is Islamism, and that occurred after the Ottoman Empire collapsed, and Arab Muslim states began popping up in the Middle East for the first time. And the first two that popped up were Iraq and Saudi Arabia in 1932. And then after that it was Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon before the nation of Israel showed up. And then after the nation of Israel, it was Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, and Oman. And so you have these four isms, is what they are, flowing from the beginning of the 20th century, progressing, moving forward through the 20th century and into the 21st century. And so they birthed us Zionism, and Zionism became a reality in 1948. And the 10 states I just mentioned appeared, 5 right before them, right before the Zionist state, Israel, and right after the Zionist state, Israel, in the 20th century. So we've got the 10 horns, the 10 toes of Daniel and Revelations, and we have a regathered Jewish state, at least in part right now. The big regathering is still in the future, and so, as I said, the seals have moved into this time period. And the seals, the isms, will be battling each other right until the time of Antichrist, where 2 of them will have victory, and they will appear to have defeated the other 2 isms, capitalism and Zionism. The 2 that will have prominence and victory will be socialism and Islamism. They are going to unite to form the feet and toes of iron and clay. In Daniel 2 it says the iron will mix with the clay. The word mix is a verb, and it is the word Arab. So the clay of Islam will Arab with the iron, which will crush and break all other systems. The iron, I wrote a book called Prophecy Code 2, Last Day Revelation of all in Scripture and what it means to the world. And in that book I said the iron would be, the politics would be socialism. But the iron will break all other systems, and that's technology, modernism, ending in socialism. So we will have the Antichrist ruling a socialistic, Islamic favored world, okay? So here are the 10 reasons why the Antichrist will be an American president. Number 1, he must command the world's most powerful military. The U.S. annual military budget is $750 billion. China's number 2 at $200 billion. Number 2, the Antichrist must rule the most influential nation on earth. No culture has influenced the world more than American culture since the time of the Greco-Roman culture. Number 3, he must be the head of the greatest economy the world has ever seen. Revelation 17. America is the greatest economy the world has ever seen. Our gross domestic product is in the teens of trillions of dollars. China is the half amount, and no one's close to us. The number 4 reason that the Antichrist will be an American president is the Antichrist must rule Israel's greatest ally. The U.S. was the first to recognize the Jewish state on May 14, 1948, and the first to recognize the place of our embassy there on, again, May 14, 2018. In fact, the USA is embedded in the middle of Jerusalem, the spelling of Jerusalem, Jerusalem, USA. So the two are, it's not a coincidence, I believe it's meant to be that way, and that goes all the way to Revelation 17, which I'm not going to get into here. But number 5, reason why Antichrist will be an American president. He must come from the country that has the most influence in the Middle East. He will rule the Arab world, Daniel 2:41, like I just mentioned. The 10 toes are already there, but at the end, in about 10 or 15 years or so, 10 years, 12 years, he will rise up, and there's circumstances, politics, economic, who knows what's going to happen from now to then. The world's kind of crazy. He's going to rise up and take control of the world, and he will have the backing of the 10-nation Arab Confederacy. The number 6 reason why the Antichrist will be an American president, he must rule America, as he will hold the power to do a complete and total overhaul from America's economy of capitalism to a socialism economy, which brings us to number 7. The Antichrist must come from a country where most of the population are hardcore advocates for left-wing socialism. So you're putting that all together, the rise of socialism in this country is not by coincidence. In the book that I wrote in 2004, and I republished as Prophecy Code 2 in 2009, I said in the book that socialism, as I stated earlier, will be the prominent economy and politics of the final empire. We know that for sure because of the mark of the beast technology. We believe it's a chip in the forehead or the hand. That you can't buy or sell unless you have the mark in your hand or forehead. And in pure socialism controls all land and all businesses. So the businesses can't sell, and the people can't buy unless you're embedded in socialism. So socialism will control us all. That is what's coming. And so that was number 7. You must come from the country where most of the population are hardcore left-wing socialists. There's no more hardcore left-wing socialists than here in America, period. I mean, it's what we've seen in the rise in the last couple of years is there's nowhere else he can appear. Number 8, the man of sin must come to the nation. He's also called the man of sin in the New Testament. He must come from the nation of sin. This nation, America, is drowning in a cesspool of legalized sin, from abortion to gay rights to legalizing drugs to legalized pornography, on and on and on it goes. Okay, the 9th reason that Satan the Antichrist must be an American president, is he's called the father of lies in the Bible. The father of lies, Satan/Antichrist, must come to the nation of liars. The lies and fake news that springs from the left wing is jaw-dropping, and I don't think that the left knows the truth. I mean, when was the last time you heard them say any truth? There's always lies or hyperbole, fabrication in their language. I don't even like to listen anymore. I turn on the TV, and the first lie, I change the channel. The left also chooses Islam as their religion. Obviously, Islam is full of liars too. They have it embedded in their doctrine that it's okay to lie if it's a form of jihad if the end outweighs the means, outweighs the lie. So Islam and socialism will be ruled by the father of liars, and America and Islam will unite. The rest of the world will fall behind. The Eastern and Western hemispheres, I document that in my book and other places. I mean, some of the lies are socialism is better than capitalism. Gay marriage over traditional marriage. The death of the unborn over the life of the baby. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So That's number 9. And number 10. The 10 reasons why the Antichrist will be an American president is because the Muslim world will unite behind him. He must come from the country that would elect a Muslim president, which is us. I mean, here in Minnesota, we have several Muslims running the government, embedded in the government, and it's in other places in the country too. It was, you know, just 10 years ago, or maybe it was 12 years ago, Keith Ellison was elected as the first congressman of Minnesota. Now he has become the attorney general, and that was after rumors of abuse of his wife or girlfriend or whatever. And even though he had all that there, we still elected him in overwhelmingly. And we've got a couple of Muslim congresswomen right now. So he will, because the Muslim world will unite behind him, he must come from a country that would elect a Muslim president. Also fulfill the 9 reasons why the Antichrist will come from America. So he must be Muslim or a collaborator of Islam and support of Islam, and he must fulfill the other 9. So number 10 is both of those. So these are the 10 reasons that the Antichrist will come from America. God bless you, and I will promote another message later on, and I will let you know what that is. Thank you.